Good morning, this is our BBC School News Report. We interviewed a company called Ice Cream Architecture to see what their plans were to help Huntly. Instead of sitting in an office all day, they want to get a good connection with the community. There's a range of things they do like public artwork, town planning and strategies to help the town build up again. The person you're about to hear is a man called Neil Ferguson who works with Ice Cream Architecture and is going to tell us a little bit more about what he does.
Lots of places are closing down, like the Linden Tree, Crookshanks, the Cost Cutter is closing down and getting turned into a co-op. Here are some local opinions on the town's problems and the local shops closing down that we found in the Huntly Express. Claudia directed the Devon Arts. She said this is a real emergency in the square. Promoting the town in its current state will be very bad. Coral Small, team director of the HGDT, said there is a lot of concern locally about the state of the town centre. This is our chance to do something about it, and the results will only be meaningful and affect people put in, so please get involved. About Huntly.
Huntly's a nice town and there's lots to do.
What does your company do?
So our company, Ice Cream Architecture, does lots of different things. It was set up by the directors Des and Sarah like a few years ago now, and their first office was an ice cream van, which is what lends the name. And the concept for the practice was that rather than just sitting in an office all day long in a city and working with clients and people further away, that the practice would kind of travel to the areas that they'll be working with and make a real connection with the communities.
Okay.
So we do a range of work from kind of strategies and kind of town planning kind of things, which is more in relation to the Huntly project. We also do public artwork projects and connecting people with their local heritage and history, and some kind of more design work, so exhibition design, and we also do some digital work, so we create some websites and web platforms for people to kind of give them a digital solution for a problem that they may have. So it's a big wide variety of projects that we do, and then there's 8 of us in the team, and we all have quite different backgrounds as well, so we're all bringing different experiences and sharing them with the people that we work with in different places across Scotland.
Okay, I'll move on to my next question, thank you.
That's okay.
What are you planning to do for Huntly and the community?
So, well, we are not planning any what we're planning to do is kind of take the community in a process. And we're starting from now, and it'll be 6 months. And what we're aiming to get for in 6 months is a strategy or a good kind of detailed plan of things that people would like to see happening in Huntly. And we are not setting any kind of bar of what those kind of things could be. So they might be physical things, they might be social things, they might be digital things. But basically the thing that will tie them all together is things that I've identified that would improve life in Huntly and get Huntly in a better position for the future. So
I think about Huntly, it's got a nice community and it's a nice small town.
Organisations and individuals to take them on that kind of process to get to that stage. So it will start out with some we'll be doing a questionnaire in the town and what people think of the town today.
Okay.
And that will set a benchmark of what it's at today. So in the future, in a few years' time, we can look back at it and see how things have progressed. And it will also bring out different issues of how people feel about the town, because obviously Huntly is just one place, but it also is doing lots of different things for different people. People who live there, people who work there, people who are going to school there, people who live outside Huntly but use it for the doctors or shopping and so on. So we'll hopefully be bringing that all together in the first stage, and then that'll move on to generating different ideas of things, and then we'll get into testing and working out how those could happen, who would do them, and that'll be kind of a longer process which will lead up to the plan for what people would like to see happen. And then after that, after the 6 months, then that will put Huntly in a good position to go for kind of various funding pots to try and release funding which is available to actually deliver these projects and get some stuff moving on the ground.
Okay, thank you. I'll just move on to my next question.
Yeah.
So when are you planning on doing this?
So say again?
When are you planning on coming to Huntly and doing all that?
Oh, when? So we'll be up several times over the 6 months. So we'll be up at least once a month for a good kind of chunk. It might be little changes as the project changes. So the first kind of big period of activity is going to be the week running up to Easter. So we'll have 2 or 3 days of intense activity, which will be looking at that kind of questionnaire. It's using something called the Place Standard tool, which is a thing which the Scottish Government and the NHS in Scotland developed. And it's a way of assessing how people think about their local town or their local community in a way that's standardised, so you can look at Huntly and then you can compare it to Banff, or you can compare it to an area of Glasgow.
Think of Huntly. Small, nice town.
You can see people's different perspectives. So our first period of activity is going to be focused on that, and we're going to be doing some workshops in the schools, so the Gordon schools. We'll be doing it with organisations as well. We'll be putting up posters to encourage people to go online and do it around the town, and we'll be doing some on-street things as well. So stopping people on the street, asking if they've got a few minutes free, and then kind of doing it with them. So that'll be the first main activity that we'll be doing that's set.
Okay, thank you. And my last question is, what do you want to achieve in this project?
What we'd really like to achieve is ideally we'd be speaking to absolutely every single person that lives in Huntly or uses Huntly. That would be probably too difficult to do for only us 3 of us in the project team. But hopefully with working with different organisations and making connections and also making use of online as well, we'll be able to really kind of get a really wide perspective of where Huntly is today and how it's working for people, and then understanding how it could be doing better for the town and people who survive, people who use it to have a good and happy life. And hopefully we'll either have already started some of the things that can make it better, or we are leaving it in a really good position that it can go on and improve. So that's what we'd really like to see from the project, but that is conditional on getting as many people involved in the process as possible, because it's only by doing that you actually get a good enough picture and get everyone on board with different projects and different ideas, and then kind of drive it forward.
Think of Huntly. I think Huntly is pretty good. I mean, the weather's not always great, but we have lots of tourist attractions.
Can make it better, or we are leaving it in a really good position that it can go on and improve. So that's what we'd really like to see from the project, but that is conditional on getting as many people involved in the process as possible, because it's only by doing that you actually get a good enough picture and get everyone on board with different projects and different ideas, and then kind of drive it forward.
Think about Huntly. It's a nice town, but it's pretty small and boring.
Credits to Neil for letting us interview him, to John and Anna for being the presenters, to Declan for writing the script and filming, and to Cara for writing the report.